Seattle at US Bank Stadium. 3:25 is the next game for the Minnesota Vikings. Mike Zimmer, head coach, joins us now. In the Arizona game, Harrison Smith up the middle late. I mean, did you have that in your back pocket for like how long? I mean, I can't remember I've seen him threaten the A-gap, but he came and he got through.
Yeah.
When's the last time you ran that?
Last year, probably.
I was going to say, or do you not want to share?
Yeah, it was last year.
Yeah, but I mean, it's what a wonderful call at that time of the game, then for him to get through and Kyler off his back leg. When you send that many people and the middle of the field becomes open, like what's supposed to happen on the back end to make sure Christian Kirk doesn't catch it?
Well, you're hoping that it gets a quick throw. He drifted back about 10 yards and alley-ooped it to the middle,
Yeah.
which is the same as Russell Wilson will do as well. He's done that in the past. He did it against Tennessee when they zero blitzed him. So, I wish I would have had that call back, but we did a great job in the red zone of stopping him there anyway.
So you wish you had the call back, even though Harrison got through and was an inch from hitting him.
Yeah, well, we didn't,
Yeah, I got you.
End up being a big play. And then, but we still were we did a great job in the red zone after that. So we still held them 3 points.
With Danielle Hunter, is he not getting doubled much or what? I mean, 4 sacks, and I recognize off a layoff, it's going to be a process, fewer plays at Arizona than Cincinnati, but 4 sacks. And the acceleration at the end when he ran down Kyler was good.
Yeah, he did a great job. One time the tight end tried to block him, I believe, and then one time the tackle, he beat the tackle and came off, and Kyler kind of scrambled a little bit, but he's got long arms and great acceleration. He's able to nab him there at the end. With
the way you put the plays together, you have the mock game on Saturdays, then you play the game. When you run Dalvin on the first play, and then you get KJ on that long one right in front of you, were you as wide-eyed as the rest of us with what a great start that was?
Yeah, that was a great start. We were looking to start fast, come out of the locker room fast. That was one of the things we wanted to do last week. Come out of the locker room fast on defense in the second half, and we intercepted a pass for a touchdown. It was great to see Dalvin get going, KJ did a really good job on the route that he got.
We have Keenum McCardell coming up a little later, and in the brief conversation I've had with Keenum by the buses after the Arizona game about one of the few things he said about KJ was confidence, and in second year, the confidence, I guess, would be expected, but he has to be bursting with it now, right?
Yeah, he's made some big-time catches. He made right there before we attempted the field goal. He made a couple catches there. He did the week before on 4th and 4 in Cincinnati. So, he's doing a really good job.
With your offensive line, having not watched it back critically, not that that matters, but from what you've seen in that Arizona game, me not watching it back critically, not you. It seems from afar like they fought like the Dickens the entire game.
Yeah, they did a great job. Some of the pressures that they had, I thought they did a great job on cutting off the backside to allow Dalvin to get some cutback runs in there. We were good at the point of attack. J.J. Watt's a guy that doesn't play blocks. He runs up the field and swims and goes around blocks. And, for the most part, I thought we did a really good job on that as well.
So I know the bench area is very important to you, and granted, you're managing the entire game, but with Phil Rauscher, now that we're 2 regular season games into it, and he's a new offensive line coach compared to Rick Dennison, who has done it for years, with Phil and how he handles things during the heat of the game, like what are you liking? Because I would imagine from Cincinnati and the penalties to what you just said, I mean, this game's about improvement, and that was an improvement.
Well, I think one of the big things, Paul, after the Cincinnati game, we talked a lot about, they kind of snuck up on us with some of that plan that they had. We knew that Arizona was going to do that, so I thought, number one, they had a really good plan. We have to continue to keep working with our technique. I think, after the first game, our technique wasn't near as good as it was the second game. And so, when you're preparing for other teams, you start thinking about what they do and at the end of the day, you still have to keep working on what you do and how you do it, so that helps you to be more efficient.
So you just Phil's on that during the games, just like handling?
Yeah,
it
not
well?
so much during the games because you do that in practice, you do
Okay.
that in a film study, you do those things, and then when it gets into the game, it's like, all right, well, this run looks a lot better against them than this run, or this protection looks a lot better against them than the other protection. So I think that part, and then you correct the technique errors and things after the game and during the week.
With the Arizona game again, what went into holding DeAndre Hopkins to 0 catches over 50 minutes?
Yeah, I think he had 4 catches in the game, right?
Yep.
One was a scramble on the touchdown, the first one. Another one was a glance off a play action. He kind of faked the linebacker. Another one was, I think he caught a hitch or something on the outside. Nothing real big.
Right, and all in the first 10 minutes of the game.
Yeah. So, but that was one of our things we want to do. We want to keep him, off the stat sheet, and the unfortunate part was we gave up some big plays, and so a lot of the receivers didn't have a lot of catches, but they had some big plays, and so we have to eliminate those big plays.
So here we go at US Bank Stadium, X's and O's with Vikings head coach Mike Zimmer, Seattle. Just envision for a second 3rd and long for Seattle. And you're in that building, and for the first time since 2019 in a regular season game, they're back, and they're loud. I mean, seriously, how great is that?
Yeah, it's going to be really outstanding. And the thing is that this is another no-huddle offense. And so the louder that we can be, the louder that our fans can be, it makes it more difficult on a defense, obviously, but it also makes it difficult for the offense. But he does a lot of checks at the line of scrimmage. He does a lot of, changing plays. And so the louder it can be, even when it's a lull in the play, just as loud as it can possibly be the entire time.
Now, I loved what you said at your Monday press conference. Not defending Greg Joseph, but just kind of opening your heart about, hey, this happens, and he's made these from 50 and stuff like that. In this one coming up Sunday at home, and these fans just love this team. Hopefully things go well early, so they don't get wonky and like set the tone that way, because these kickers, I mean, it's a cliche, and you've seen it more than anybody, man. They just, the confidence part, just, it's there, it's just up and down.
Yeah, and so in that ball game, he hits 2 52-yarders, he hits a 53-yarder the week before to get us into overtime, a chance to win the game.
Pressure kick.
Big time pressure kick. And this one is, 37 yards right down the middle, and he pushed it a little bit. So, hopefully he'll continue to make all those. That would have been a great win for us on the road. We've had 2 road games. We've lost by 4 points, I guess, now in two games, and had opportunities to win both of them. So, but our team is playing their hearts out. They're fighting like crazy. They're playing with a lot of emotion and intensity, and so we got to continue that part of it, and then these wins will come.
Arizona has so much team speed. Does Seattle try to beat you other ways? I mean, are they a super fast? I mean, Arizona, it was a track meet. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, and they were doing so many things. They'd have guys halfway out on the numbers, and then they'd call them back in, and then they'd go out, and so the personnel groupings were crazy. And then obviously they have great team speed. Now Seattle's got great team speed too. Metcalf is 4.25. Lockett is 4.36. They've got a lot of speed, but they do run the football. And Russell is a scrambler. He's not the same kind of scrambler as Kyler Murray, but he's got quickness and then acceleration. So we're gonna have to have our hands full there and do a great job.
Their new offensive coordinator, somebody I'd never heard of, Shane Waldron. He was at UMass 5 years ago. Is it much different with Russell and their offense under this coordination compared to Brian Schottenheimer, which you had schemed against like 3-4 times?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit different. It's from the Rams system. They're going to have condensed formations. They're going to run rockets and flashes, and they'll motion almost every single play, and then they'll run the boots like like our offense does and like the Rams do.
Yeah.
So we'll get a lot of those same kind of combinations, and then you got to defend these receivers. They got some great receivers.
Now it's only through 2 games, so still 15 to go. But they're last in the league in time of possession at 22 minutes. I mean, that's a really low number. Well, like what's led to that?
Well, they're no huddle a lot of times,
Yeah.
right? And so, there's times when they haven't been real good in some of the third down situations. They haven't had a lot, so they haven't sustained a lot of drives. But they're a good offensive football team. And the other part is, they hit probably a 60-yarder to lock it in one ball game. They hit another 40-yarder to lock it, so it's it might be one play series.
When you game plan for Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, Kyler Murray, Burrow, super high pick, who he does some good things. When you, but the HOFs, Rodgers and Russell Wilson and stuff, is that like more stimulating for what you do, or does it give you more of a headache? Because they really know how to play the game.
Yeah, it's a big challenge. I can remember when we played Brady last year. We had a perfect blitz called, and he knows where the exits are, I guess is the best way to say it. We're going to hit him, and he knows that if we come from this side, he's picked up. If we come from the other side, he's got to get the ball out, and he does such a great job there. I think Russell Wilson does a good job with that as well. The difference is that he will try to avoid and move and then create a big play. Same thing with Murray and a lot of these guys. But they're hard to fool. You have to be really on your P's and Q's, and then you got to play with great technique and great effort.
Great luck this weekend. Welcome home opener Sunday. Hopefully you guys win.
Thank you.